Fellas, AC here. How you doing? Welcome to another review, fellas. This time it's a Creed and it has been requested by one of you, Michael. This is for you, my friend, and all of you, of course. So, Creed's Royal Oud. This was released in 2011, just a year after Creed's magnum opus, Aventus. So, let's see how this smells. Now, this has taken me a bit of time to review because it's difficult to understand this fragrance. So what I did was I got a 10 ml decant and I wore it out for about 3 or 4 times, different seasons, gave it a full wear, and here are my findings, right? So when you first spray it, within the first minute, this fragrance steals my heart in the very first minute. I'm overjoyed, yeah? It's absolutely stunning. The opening is beautiful. It's like a very unique sour, green, incensey, lemony, woody, mixed fragrance that hits you. And in the very first minute, it'll just completely wow you. Absolutely beautiful and absolutely stunning. The opening is superb, yeah? So, as I said, it's got this green, incensey feel to it, as if somebody has used absolutely green, fresh, plucked straight from a frankincense tree, the resin, literally. But there is no incense here. So what are the notes? The notes are bergamot and lemon, and it's combined with angelica. That's the green freshness. And along with it, there is galbanum. Galbanum is a tree resin, and it basically has this green, bitter, sharp smell which complements the smell of angelica. So sharp and green and very, very lemony. So I think the lemon along with the bergamot is beautiful, as you all know. And there's this signature Creed ambergris that hits your nose, yeah? So it's sour and salty. That's the opening. Superb opening, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Speechless. It's that beautiful. Yeah. I've got a roughly 1 hour 35-40 minutes of dry down here, and it's significantly different. So what's the change? The fragrance within the first minute then transforms, and that's the bit I miss, because the fragrance loses its beautiful shimmery green bitterness. It doesn't lose its bitterness, but it loses its shimmery green quality, yeah, and starts to become this vegetable green, slightly herbal smell, right? And it also has this undertone of musk, so it's a musky green scent. That's within the first minute the transformation starts to happen, and when that happens, it reminds me of a cheaper fragrance, and I've reviewed it. It's called Al-Wissam Evening by Versatility. This fragrance basically is touted as being a clone of Royal Oud. It's not, but it does replicate the galbanum note, the angelica note, and the sandalwood note. So this is a good fragrance if you enjoy the first half of Royal Oud. I've reviewed it, do check it out. Once the fragrance hits the proper base of the fragrance, yeah, it takes a long time to head towards the base. That's when the woody notes come in. So basically cedar and pepper. Pepper is also present in the opening, but it's not that evident. So cedar and pepper create this amazing, fresh, solid woody scent. It loses its greenness, but after a long time, after about 2 or 3 hours, it loses its greenness. And then joins the party is this amber, along with musk, with cedar, and some oud. So it's a very rich, woody, soft smell in its dry down. Yeah, this is 1 hour 45 minutes dry down. And it's a soft, musky cedar with hints of green, with hints of lemon here. But the late dry down has no lemon, no greenness. It's just a beautiful, very aromatic, woody scent, no ambergris. Yeah, very different than what you would expect in a Creed. So that's the scent profile. There are 2 transitions, yeah. Starts off green, lemony, slightly bitter, slightly sour, then heads off towards musky, woody, green scent with hints of lemon, then becomes a woody fragrance, rich aromatic, soft woody fragrance. I enjoy this fragrance. It's really nice. Now, let's talk about the pros and cons. Number one pro is how refined and how unique this fragrance smells. Yeah, I haven't smelled much. There are one or two fragrances that I can remember. One I'm going to review. It's a really nice fragrance. It reminds me of that fragrance, but I'm not going to disclose it because that fragrance has not been reviewed on YouTube. It'll come in soon. I'll do it soon. So that's the uniqueness factor is very high in this fragrance. I haven't smelled much which smells like royal oud. Yeah. Number two is the composition. The quality of the composition is beautiful, guys. The structure, the way it's been constituted, you're smelling quality stuff. Yeah, no doubts. Number three would be the actual use of oud here. Now, when I was first testing it, I was quite disappointed because I'm an oud lover. There's hardly any oud in this fragrance, but that's wrong. When you test it again and again, you'll see that in the dry down, oud makes its presence felt. Strong oud, but not the kind of oud that we are all expecting. It's an embellished oud. Not a single hint of barnyardishness, no skank here, no smoke here. This is not the oud that attacks your nose. It's an oud which is well reserved and totally confined but beautiful. Yeah, so that's the positive, because in the West, people don't want to wear ouds that smell full on. Very few. The real connoisseurs of oud will like to wear that sort of oud. Most people would want to wear oud which is soft and embellished. This is beautiful. The fourth is the actual performance. The fragrance has superb performance. Yeah, this lasts on my skin till my next shower. But the problem is not the longevity. The problem is the projection. Very, very muted fragrance. Yeah, within the first hour, the fragrance becomes a skin scent, and then it remains a skin scent till you shower, whatever that time may be. Yeah, hours I'm talking about. So performance is good, longevity is good. Sillage and projection. Projection is poor. Sillage is medium. Yeah? I'm wearing two sprays today under my shirt. I can barely smell it. But if I pop my nose into my shirt, I'll smell it. So that might bother a few people, but some people like the fragrances like that. So those are the four positives. The downside is a lack of projection. It's a literal skin scent, immediate. Within the half hour, first 1 hour, it becomes a skin scent. And that can really bother people. Yeah. Second is the value for money. When you're spending £200 for 100 ml, right, and no creed, none of the creeds are cheap, you expect your fragrance to go out and reach out to people. On my skin at least, it's not doing any of that. And I've tested it with my friends, nobody could smell me. But when they put their nose on the skin, they said, yeah, it smells really good. So that's the downside of the fragrance. The third downside, I would say, is the lack of versatility. I've tested this fragrance in spring, I've tested it in summer, now I'm testing it in autumn. It only works in autumn. I've not tested it in winter. I'm sure it will work in winter as well. But oud fragrances are supposed to be like that. Yeah? They don't tend to perform very well in summer, or they don't smell very good in summer. So that's okay. But this lack of versatility could worry people if you're spending £200 on a fragrance bottle. And there's another point I wanted to make. This is a light, airy oud. And there are many light, airy ouds in the market. One I heavily respect and I've reviewed is this fragrance here. It's by Arabian Oud and it's called Cashmere. I've reviewed this. I regard this fragrance as a top-notch fragrance. This is such a high-quality fragrance, guys. This is not cheap. This is about £175 for 100 ml. But it has performance, it has longevity, it has body, it has more complexity. So if you're looking for a light, airy oud, and this is versatile, I can wear this in summer. I've worn this in summer. There's a better option available. So, you know, this particular perfume could well be almost obsolete. There are better options in the market. So those are the downsides. Now, occasions. When will I wear this? It's a very refined scent and it's close to your skin. So perfect for work, perfect for date night because it's so luxurious and so refined and so beautifully crafted. It can be a perfect close encounter scent, in my opinion, and work scent. Nobody will be able to smell you, but you will feel that you're wearing something expensive. Now, age groups. Anybody can wear this. This is leaning unisex. Yeah, this is not a total masculine fragrance. This is leaning unisex. So I'd say anything between 25 to whatever age group will be the right age group to wear this. One more disappointment that I would like to share with you is people who genuinely like oud will be disappointed with this. Why? Because it doesn't have the kind of complexity of oud. So that's another downside. So do test it out. If you're a lover of oud, you want to test this. You want to see if this works for you. Yeah. So marks out of 10. Bearing in mind the value for money is low, bearing in mind that this is not really an oud scent, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And also lack of versatility. And there are better fragrances at this price point currently available in the market. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Hope you like the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.